Okay, perfect. So this is now done. The announcement is now done. Let me do the announcement as well. Let me do the announcement as well on my Instagram. So bam. Okay, so join us for the free weekly outlook on For Traders YouTube channel. Okay, that's perfect. And ask your questions. Okay, that's cool. Bam. Then we're gonna share the link. So guys, I hope everyone is doing well. I'm feeling better, guys. I'm really feeling better. I'm still a bit sick, but I'm feeling better than the previous week. The previous week I was really feeling not really great. But this week I'm feeling way better. Thank you very much for asking. I hope you guys as well are feeling great and everything goes well. Okay, so oops. Let me just share the link on Instagram and then watch here for free. And then I'm gonna start the weekly outlook. Bam. Let's put a little music. Okay. Perfect. Okay, perfect. So we shared everything. On Instagram, in the Discord community, everywhere. So now it's time to start. So guys, I hope everyone is doing well. Like I just said, all the announcements are now made. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So okay, let's start the weekly outlook. So yeah guys, hope everyone is doing well. Really sorry for the previous week. I was really not feeling great. This week I feel way better. I'm still a bit sick, like I just said, but it's just in my voice, like my throat hurts, but except for that I'm feeling okay. I have more energy. So yeah, we're gonna start the weekly outlook like usually. So guys, we're gonna go over all my major pairs and over indices. You'll see that compared to the previous weekly outlook, almost nothing changed. So if we have a little bit more time, I would like to go over some trades breakdowns with you this time, so that way you're gonna see what we can how the strategy is working. And we just finished the trade breakdown in the VIP community in my Discord, and basically we had a pretty good week, around a 6.5% gain. So yeah, we're gonna see everything. But on major pairs this week, honestly, we had no trades. We had a lot of trades on we had 3 trades on indices, but on Forex there was pretty much nothing, because nothing really much moved. But yeah, we're gonna do the breakdowns of the trades on indices, and we're gonna see how you could have caught them according to the breakdowns and according to the weekly outlooks, of course. So guys, someone said, I thought you moved the weekly outlook to Sunday. No, it was just for the previous week. Like said in the announcements, I shared an announcement the previous week that my live stream was gonna be on Sunday because I have an event planned on Saturday, but it's just for this week. like it's a little update schedule for this week. So everything else is back to normal. You know, like right now, everything is back to normal. I'm even gonna delete the message so it doesn't confuse anyone. But yeah, it's always gonna be on Saturday like usually. Okay, guys, so let's start with Euro USD. And before doing that, let me just do a quick last announcement on for traders channel. So yeah, bam. We're now for the free weekly outlook on for traders YouTube channel. Okay, perfect. Okay, so guys, let's start with my major forex pairs like usually, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to just ask them in the chat. I have the chat open at all times. And yeah, so first of all, guys, Euro USD, you'll see that nothing really moved since the previous week. We were doing the weekly outlook in this area right here, and according to my strategy right now on Euro USD, nothing changed. So let's go a little bit more in details what's going on. Overall, we're bullish. So when we are bullish, we want to look for buys. We always want, with my strategy, guys, to be focusing on the same market direction and same trend that it's happening right now. So if we are bullish, so if we're pushing to the upside, that means we're going to be looking for bullish POIs right here, you know, so we can continue to look for buys. Okay, right here the range is from this low to this high. The reason why this is the range, and I did not really consider those little pullbacks, is that it's a bit too aggressive. And as well, remember, Euro USD is really correlated with another pair, that is GBP USD. And if you go on GBP USD, you'll see that GBP USD range is big, right? And both pairs are really correlated to each other. So if one goes up, the other one will most likely go up too. Not exactly the same like moment, but they are highly correlated. So it doesn't make sense for one pair to have, like, for example, a little range right here, and on GBP USD have the big range right here. So that's why I kept them together, because they're correlated and it just makes more sense. And as well, this pullback is way too aggressive, so I still kept my range from this low to this high. So this is my fib. Now we have a pretty nice pullback, so I'm expecting price to continue to push to the upside. We created some liquidity right here, and this liquidity is as well close to the POI that we have in the bottom, right? So what do? What does that mean? It means that we have two scenarios. The first one is just price pushing to the upside and we create a new range. So we're going to have new POIs, etc. Second scenario is that price continues to push to the downside. We have a liquidity sweep right here. We mitigate this POI and then we have a reaction to the upside like this. So it's the two scenarios we have. Of course, the third one can just be that price breaks structure to the downside and starts to be bearish. But for now, with what we see right now, it's still bullish according to the market structure. So yeah, still the same thing as we had in the previous week. So of course, you're not straight away entering in this POI. You need to wait for a 15-minute break of structure / change of character to the upside. If you don't have that, you don't take the trade. If you go now on GBP USD, you'll see that on GBP USD, it's pretty similar. The only difference on GBP USD, remember on the previous week we had this POI that we identified some entries, but now this trade pretty much left without us, and we reached all those little hourly highs. So the trade pretty much left without us, so we cannot do anything more about that. What we can do though is just waiting for the POIs below to be mitigated, but as you can see guys, pretty much nothing changed since the previous week. We still wait for the same POIs to be tapped in, and after that we will just be waiting for same thing, a break of structure to the upside, extreme POI and entry. So yeah, nothing really changed either on GBPUSD. The range is from this low to this high. Same thing, we had a nice little pullback close to the, even below the 0.5. So it's perfect. Now we can expect the two scenarios, same thing, either one that is pushing to the upside or the second one that is pushing to the downside, and we can have our entry like I was just explaining. So yeah guys, nothing much interesting new for GP USD either. Someone said, how are you feeling now? Yeah guys, thank you very much. I'm feeling better. I'm feeling way better than on the previous week. Like I just said, I think a few minutes ago, I'm still feeling a bit sick, so you might still like hear that my voice is a bit rough, but I'm feeling better. Like I'm no longer as sick as on the previous week. Okay, let's move on to USDJPY. USDJPY guys, same thing. Yeah, like you'll see, we're gonna go over major pairs today, but you'll see that nothing really much changed on major pairs. So yeah, USDJPY, same thing. We still have the exact same POIs as we had previously. So we had this POI, we had this POI, and we had this 1 hour POI. It's exactly the same POI as we had on the previous week. Exactly the same one. So, what do we do? I mean, we just wait. We cannot really do anything else. We can just wait for the POI mitigation or a new range. When we don't have a POI mitigation, we still just waiting for the POI mitigation. So, now we're close to break structure to the downside. So if we break structure to the downside, we're going to have a new range from this high to this low, and then we'll be able to identify new POIs above the 0.5. For now, we still don't have a new range, so for now, we're still waiting for the POIs above to be mitigated. Here it created this liquidity, so that's nice, but it's pretty much leaving already, so we're just going to be waiting. But I'm expecting price to break structure. It would make more sense to break structure than to come back up again. But both cases, scenarios can happen. So we never know. We cannot predict at 100% anything in trading, anything. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. USDJPY, waiting for those POIs mitigation or the break of structure to the downside. And overall, we got a break to the downside here, got a break of structure to the downside here, so we kind of reversed. We're not kind of reversed, but we reversed, and now we are bearish. Okay, so I'm gonna do GBPJPY because it's really similar to USDJPY, and then I'm gonna be answering your guys' questions. I see you have 2 questions right now, so we're gonna be answering those questions in like a few seconds. So let's just do GBPJPY first, and then we'll be doing answering the questions. So GBPJPY, let's first of all identify the structure. Okay, first things first, when you always enter an empty chart, when you have nothing identified, your first step is to identify your structure. You need to know, are we bullish, are we bearish, and what is the current range? And inside of the current range, are we overall or are we counter trend? Okay, that's the things that you need to know. So overall, bullish, bearish, where is your range, and is the current range overall or counter trend? So let's do that. So first things first, you identify your structure. So we have a last break of structure to the upside right here. Then this is the high. We never broke through the high. Instead, we broke through the low. So then that created, this is the high, this is the low. Then we broke structure to the upside, so the high moved, as you can see. So now this is the range. And then we broke structure to the downside again, so this is the range. Okay, so we identified our current range, right? This is the high, this is the low. Now, we need to understand, is this current range, okay, is this current range overall or counter trend? So overall, what will it look like? We'll look like we're really, really, really bullish, right? So we're really bullish. So what does that mean? It means that this is a bearish range. Is bullish and bearish range matched together? The answer is no, it doesn't match, because bullish, we need a bullish range. We cannot have a bullish market structure and a bearish range. That's contradiction. There's a contradiction there. So we can have a little hint that this is counter trend. But before confirming that this is counter trend, we need one last thing. And the thing we need to look for confirming that this is a counter trend is as well a break of structure of the previous range low. So the previous range low, it was somewhere around in these areas, as you can see. So we indeed broke the previous range low right here, and even we had a little pullback right here that we broke the previous range low too. So we got our previous range low broken. So this is our signal for counter trend. So now we can look for some sells, but it's still not overall a reversal because we did not have a new break to the downside like that, but we can still look for counter trend. So I take my range from this high to this low. Above the 0.5, I'm going to be identifying my POIs. So I'm identifying my POIs on the 4 hour first. So I have my 4 hour POI counter trend here, and I have another 4 hour POI counter trend exactly right here. I have nothing else on the 4 hours. That's why I'm going to go on the 1 hour. Still above this yellow line, above it, so on top of it, I'm going to identify now my POIs on the 1 hour. So I have 1 hour POI right here, as you can see, same thing, counter trend. And I have another 1 hour POI right here, same thing, counter trend. And above, exactly right here, completely on top, I have another 1 hour POI counter trend. So I have a lot of POIs right here according to the strategy. And yeah, so we have this POI, and this POI according to the strategy. So now you will tell me, okay, but I have a lot of POIs. What do we do with all of that? Again, you're not straight away entering at a POI. You always wait for a 15-minute change of characters. So you always wait for price to push up on the 15 minutes and then break structure to the downside. After the break of structure, you're going to be looking for an extreme POI and then you're going to enter. But you're not straight away entering at a POI like this. Okay? So, yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it on GBPJPY. So you can place your alert right here. So you're going to get a notification. Okay. So guys, let's see if we have the question. So first question that we have is, when we have multiple highs in the 1 hour, which can we identify the right hourly high? And that's a good question. You always take the closest hourly high with the right structure. So what do I mean by that? Is that, for example, right here, it's a bit, okay, here it's a bit of a confusing example, but it's a good example. So the hourly high, okay, you identify your structure. So here we have a break of structure to the upside. Here we have a break of structure to the downside. And here we have those little pullbacks. The thing is, you have this high, you have technically those highs, but you need to always remember, where is my last break of structure and where is my range? The hourly high and the hourly structure range looks like this. It's way better than this little thing right here. You agree with me? So your hourly high would be here. Those ones are too small. Okay, so you take the one that actually makes sense. So this is the hourly high after the break of structure. If you go on USDJPY, here the structure is more aggressive. So we broke here, here. So here the hourly high, you know, you take the closest one. So in this case, the closest hourly high would be here, you know, or even, I mean, this one, but it starts to get really, really small. The thing is, when you have a really small high or a high really close to the current structure, You can take one after, but don't exaggerate. Like, don't go far away. You like, for example, if this is too close, take one after, but like don't go further. Okay. So yeah. If not, if price okay, hello, it's a pleasure to have you back, stronger than last week. Yeah, guys, thank you very much for your support, really much. I really appreciate it. Okay, so if price has created a 15-minute change of character and you enter on a POI which is not extreme, where do you put your stop loss? You put your stop loss above the 1 minute. So if you enter a POI that is not the most extreme one, you need to wait for a 1 minute change of character again, and then you just cover your 1 minute range. Okay, what do you take on the 4 hour as order block, pivot candle, or range, or extreme displacement candle? Okay, okay, guys, so I personally, the only concept that I'm using is a POI, point of interest. I don't use like because displacement, pivot candle, etc., those are more ICT terms. I'm not, I'm more comfortable, I'm not really comfortable with ICT terms because I'm not trading exactly ICT. I know it's the same thing pretty much, but like displacement, stuff like that, I'm not using those terms and those concepts in general. I'm just using fair value gaps, imbalances, and POIs. That's it. So for my 4 hour POI, I have specific rules that are really clear. It's the opposite color candle. It needs to be connected to a fair value gap or an imbalance, and it needs to be unmitigated and above or below the 50% of the range. That's it. You know, so for example, here we're bearish, opposite color candle, connected to a fair value gap, unmitigated, and above the 50%. That's it. That's how I do it. I'm not using displacement. I'm not using anything else. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, on USD CHF, there is nothing new either. So on the previous week, we were somewhere around in this area here, and as you can see, since then price just pushed to the downside and started consolidating. So nothing complicated right here. We still have the exact same POIs. And that's pretty much it. We're still waiting for the same POIs to be mitigated, and that's pretty much it. So yeah, wait for the POI mitigation, 15-minute break, and then continuation to the downside. So again, nothing changed since the previous week. We're bearish. We were always bearish. The range is really big. It's like this. So this is the high, this is the low, and we're waiting for the POIs right here. Okay, USD CAD, same thing. There's nothing much that happened. On the previous week, we had this reaction, but since we did the market outlook, we were in this area. We just pushed down. We did not break structure to the downside. We did not have anything new, so nothing much going on right here. Honestly, it's exactly the same thing. There is really nothing to do much here. So yeah, pretty much the same thing. There's nothing much going on. Okay, so let's see if we have any questions. By the way, this is the only POI we have, and we just wait either for this POI mitigation or for a new range. That's it. Let's see if we have any questions. Do you consider leg inducement or pullback liquidity sweep for a trade? Yeah. I consider both. So I consider this, for example, as some inducement here too, and liquidity pullback here as well. In your strat, what do you do when price reaches your POI? You go to lower time frame and look for another POI, enter of what break of structure. Like imagine you got a 4 hour POI, what time frame break of structure would you wait for? So it's on the 15-minute. So when a higher time frame POI is mitigated, I'm gonna do I can do an example afterwards, but basically right here, for example, the hourly POI got mitigated. As you can see, this was on NAS. This POI was forecasted on the previous week. So we have this 1 hour POY, price basically, you know, tapped into it. You go on the 15 minutes, and on the 15 minutes, you wait for a 15-minute change of character. So in this case, this is the low that we needed to break for our change of character. And then I entered at the most extreme POY right here. My 103 restricted ratio is my take profit 1. And then I place my entry at break even. So this was a 103 partials plus break even trade. So after basically the 15-minute break of structure to the downside, I'm gonna break down this trade better. But after the break of structure to the downside on the 15 minutes, so right here, this is the 15-minute break / change of character. Identify my most extreme POY and I enter right here. So my most extreme POY in this case was on the 1 minute. So I go above, and this is the highest candle that is a valid POY, as you can see. So it's connected to the imbalance, opposite color candle, and unmitigated. So I place my entry at the most extreme POY exactly right here. So I place my entry at the most extreme POY exactly right here. It's a limit order. I place my stop loss above the high. So really important, you need to add enough space for liquidity sweeps, because sometimes we're gonna see on S&P that we had a pretty big liquidity sweep, especially on indices and on GPY pairs. And then my entry right here, I add as well extra pips in case price comes close to it without really tapping into it. 103 restricted ratio is my take profit 1, and my take profit final is at the hourly low, but in this case price did not reach the hourly low. We just reached 103 restricted ratio, you see, so we tapped into the entry, reached 103 restricted ratio. At 103 restricted ratio, my take profit, I closed 50%, so basically my take profit 1 is hit, so I closed 50%, and I place my stop loss to break even, so in case it comes back to break even, I'm out at break even right here with my partials hit. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So my take profit final would have been right here, but as you can see, it hit break even before. So yeah, that was a little example of what to do after the 1 hour POY is hit. I hope is, I mean, 1 hour, 4 hour, doesn't matter, after a higher time frame POY is hit. So yep, let me just delete that because it happened on the previous week, and let's go back on AUDUSD. And yeah, guys, I'm feeling better. Thank you very much for worrying. Like, I know on the previous week I was really feeling bad, but I'm feeling better. Like, everything is better now. After the live stream, I just went and I rested. So I just didn't want to cancel the live stream on the previous week because I still moved it from one day. So I just didn't want to like move it again. So I did it, but yeah, I'm really glad you guys are asking you the question, but thank you very much. But yeah, I'm feeling better. Okay, so let's do AUDUSD, NZDUSD, and then I'm gonna be answering. There's other questions, so yeah. Let's go on AUDUSD. So AUDUSD, what's going on? So we broke structure to the upside since the previous week. In the previous week we were right here. Now we broke structure more to the upside, as you can see. So we have another break. So what do we do after another break? Other break means new range, right? So new break, new range means new POIs usually. So we have a break to the upside. So now we have our new low. That is the lowest point connected to the previous high. So lowest point and highest point. That creates our new range. Then we take our Fibonacci from the bottom to the top. We have the 0.5%. A lot of people ask me for my Fibonacci settings. This is my Fibonacci settings. So if you guys want them, you can pause the video and just see them. So yeah, this is my Fibonacci settings, my colors and opacity, and I don't have a trend line, and I have the tiniest one right here. and I don't have the background either. So yeah, basically you take your fib and then you identify your POIs. On the 4 hour first, there is nothing on the 4 hour, so we can go on the 1 hour. We have this 1 hour POI right here that you can identify. Opposite color candle connected to the fair value gap, opposite color candle connected to the fair value gap, opposite color candle connected to the imbalance. So yeah, that's it. Those are all the POIs we have on the 1 hour. And yeah, we just wait for the POI mitigation, and then like I showed previously, wait for the 15-minute change of character and try out the new most extreme POI, and that's it, like I showed earlier. So okay, let's see now if we have any questions, and then we're gonna do NZDUSD. I mean, guys, NZDUSD, honestly, it's really the exact same thing as on the previous week. We still have this POI. We still have one break that we cannot do anything with it. So either we push to the upside, we have a new range, or we push to the downside and we mitigate the POI. So exactly the same thing as we had on the previous week. And I see your questions, guys, don't worry. I'm just to finish, because it's pretty much done, because nothing really changed. Euro GPY, same thing, you know, we just pushed down, we broke structure, we have a new range like that, but we don't have any POIs in that new range, so we still have the old POIs above. We still have the exact same liquidity that we had on the previous week. The previous week we were in this area. I mean, now we just create more liquidity, and that's it. We still have the exact same POIs as on the previous time. Okay, so now time to answer the question. So someone said, my second question is, when price reached the hourly high, the trade is considered as invalid. Do we need to consider the price to close with body closure or wick? A really good question as well. It's the hourly high that you consider is the body closure, but when price comes back to the hourly high, it's a wick. So what do I mean by that? Let me explain. I mean. Okay, let's go on USD CAD, for example. Okay. So okay, so for example, we have this structure. I'm gonna do a bearish example, but it's exactly the same thing for a bullish example. So for this structure, the take profit final would be with the body closure. So for example, take profit final would be with the body closure. But if, for example, we have price that just is leaving, price is leaving, and then we reach it with a wick like that. For example, we reach this with a wick, that counts that the take profit is hit. But the take profit is from a body closure, but when it's hit, it can be a wick. It doesn't need to be a body closure, but it's from a body closure to a wick. It's kind of weird, but yeah, because when you take the wick right here, sometimes price just reach the body closure in reverse and then you have a loss. And if you wait for a body closure right here, you ignore the fact that price already reached the POI, not the POI, but reached the take profit. So that's why this is the rule. Someone said my microphone is not audible. Maybe it's your thing, because everyone is hearing me since the beginning. I don't know, guys. Did my mic crash? Can you still hear me? Maybe it's just a bug. I don't know. I think my mic is good, but I'm gonna hear. Oh yeah, I think it's working. So weird. Okay, so there's another question. Please, how do you calculate your lot size for indices? Do you have any calculator to recommend? So for lot size for indices, guys, the easiest way to calculate any risk percentage is having an integrated lot size calculator on MT5. if you use MT5. Like if you use MT5, there is automatic risk calculators, like trade assistants that calculate the risk for you. It's the best thing that you can have. There's some free ones that you can find. It's like an extension you added on MT5 and it's automatically calculating your risk. It's the best thing you can do. If you trade on TradingView, you can do it directly on TradingView as well. If you trade on TradeLocker, you can do it directly on TradeLocker as well. You shouldn't be you shouldn't calculate your risk manually anymore. But honestly, risk calculator, if you write risk calculator indices, you'll find some online. There's nothing that I personally recommend in Baby Pips, but it's for Forex, Baby Pips. I always have my automated risk calculators, so I don't really use them that much, but you can use that one, for example. You know, like US30, can use, I don't know, NAS 100. I don't know why it's not there. US, that would be the US 100, I suppose. So yeah, you can use, for example, US30, you have your open price, stop loss price, but this is taking so much time to calculate that if you have just an automatic risk calculator, you can do it like this and save you a lot of time. So I really recommend you to look at automatic risk calculators, because it's gonna save you a lot of time depending on where do you trade. So yeah. Okay, so now we have a few more questions, and then we're gonna be doing indices, gold, and then we're gonna do the giveaway. So when are you doing the free breakdown again in the Discord? Yeah, I'm gonna post a free breakdown, but guys, I'm doing the free breakdowns every single week in the weekly, not the weekly outlook, but the VIP community breakdowns. Like every single week we have a breakdown. It's been a while since I posted a free breakdown, but honestly, the strategy is exactly the same. So yeah, I'm gonna be seeing if I can post another breakdown soon. But yeah, guys, by the way, for people wondering, it's in the Discord right here. Have free breakdowns about my strategy in the free Discord. So you know, those are the videos about the breakdowns of my strategy. Like it's hourly, like 1 hour. First we have it's like hourly long videos about trades, about my strategy. So it's really a lot of value for completely free. Like you can go on the Discord and watch it for people wondering for more precision my strategy. So yeah, this is all in the Discord, guys. Okay, so guys, let's go now on indices. So indices, what's going on? US30, we have this range from this low to this high. Overall, we're bullish, and we tapped into this 4-hour POY, as you can see. Unfortunately, here we had a little loss. We had a little loss on the previous week. After the break of structure here, we got swept, but it is what it is. Now we cannot really do anything else because we're still inside of the first range move. However, if we have a new break to the downside and then a new break to the upside, you can look for a second try. But for now, we cannot do anything on US30. We need price to push down and then break structure to the upside again. On the 1 hour, there is there is nothing else except for this 4-hour POY, and we have a 1-hour POY in the bottom right here as well, right here. So yeah, that's good. So yeah, same thing. So like I said, we have a 4-hour POI right here. Can wait for a second try. Except for that, on NAS, there's nothing new except for the trade that I showed you previously. We still have the same POIs right here. So same thing, either you wait for the POI mitigation above or new range. That's it. We're just basically waiting for one of those two things. And S&P, it's exactly the same thing, by the way, as on the previous week as well. In S&P, we had as well a trade. So on the previous week, remember, we identified this extreme POI on the 4 hour. What happened? We tapped into this 4 hour POI, and we as well had a trade right here. So break of structure to the downside on the 15-minute change of character right here. Extreme POI, entry, stop loss above the high. Again, you add enough pips, because if not, like you see, we're going to get swept. If you don't add extra pips, you're going to get swept. You see, you don't want to get swept. So that's why you need to add your extra pips like that. I usually add like visually 1 centimeter. It's a bit weird to explain, but I add it like visually. And yeah, this trade happened, hit the final take profit for 126. So break of structure to the downside, extreme POI entry, stop loss above the high, and take profit 1 at 103 risk reward ratio. Then break even point, and then take profit final at the hourly low. You see, I target the body closure. Body closure, this is my target right here. In this case, if you would have targeted the wick, it would still have worked out, but you see way later than if you would have just targeted the body closure, and you don't want to lose your profit, like, you know, so yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it for S&P. Now S&P, this is gone. So now, I mean, we're still stuck in this range, so we cannot do anything for now. We need to get out of the range, so either to the upside or to the downside, and then we're gonna have a new range, and then we'll be looking for new POIs. And for gold, as you can see right here, what do we have on gold? We have the exact same thing as we had for the previous 2 weeks. We're still waiting for those POIs come to trend in this big bearish range, and we cannot do anything else because we're still stuck in this big bearish range. So yeah, that's it, guys. There's nothing else to break down for the week. Let's see if we have any new questions, and then we'll be doing the giveaway like usually. So do you use Hikanashi candle for entry? No, I don't. My entries are always my POIs, with the exact same rules. I don't use any other confluences. Like, I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible. Please, how can we get an automatic risk calculator and MT5? Honestly, just guys, go on YouTube, write risk calculator, automatic risk calculator, MT5. It will show you exactly what to do. Like, there's multiple videos to show you how to do, and there's multiple risk calculator. You just need to install it directly on your MT5, and that's it. I don't really have time to go over it right now because it takes a process. You need to go like get you one in the community like shop, and then you get it, and then you install it, and it's gonna automatically install it directly on your MT5. I'm not, by the way, for the person who says getting the 4 trader price, if you're spamming, you need to stop spamming because you cannot spam here. But I'm not a moderator. I'm not part of the 4 traders people who are giving accounts. You need to contact their support. So I cannot help you with that. So I'm really sorry. But you cannot, like, I cannot help you with that. You really need to contact 4 traders support. If you want the second place, usually you should just receive your account. If there is any issue, just contact your support, and that's it. Like, you know, they will give you your account without any problems, but I cannot do it because I'm not part of the 4 traders management. So yeah, really sorry about that, but yeah, you need to contact their support. But they're really, really reactive. They're gonna answer really fast. So yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna take the last questions, guys, and then we're gonna be doing the giveaway. So I'm trying to do swing trader on BTC USD, but it keeps hitting my stop loss. do you have a strategy? First things first, you cannot say like, oh yeah, I'm trying to trade. Like, you need to first have a strategy. If it's hitting your stop loss often, you need to first of all have a strategy with rules. You cannot have just overall how's it called, overall feeling that you enter here and you put your stop loss here and you think that's good. Like, you need a good strategy, rules, you need a trading plan. You need every single time, if your stop loss is always hit, go back to back testing, you know, go to back testing, see what's the problem with the strategy, see why do your stop loss always hit. Are you journaling your trades? If you're not journaling your trades, you cannot as well get data. So you always need to think about trading like a data collection. If you cannot like collect data, if you're not collecting data, you cannot make your strategy better. So that's why go back to your strategy, create rules, create a mechanical trading plan that you can repeat every single time the exact same way. Start journaling your trades and go back to back testing, and then you'll see what's going on with your strategy. Do you range only on the 4 hour, also 1 hour? My overall structure is always on the 4 hour. I identify my POIs on the 4 hour and 1 hour, but always with my 4 hour structure range. 1 hour is only for internal, but I'm pretty much never using internal unless it's really aggressive. And this is the analysis for gold. Okay, guys. So, time to do the giveaway. Okay? Time to do the giveaway. So, guys, we are 32 people. So, again, we're going to take seven members, so we have chances for everyone to win. So I'm gonna be repeating the rules for the giveaway. Okay, so this is for the previous week. So for example, okay, so I'm gonna give this as an example. This was the question of the previous week. Okay, this was the question for the previous week. It's not the question for now, it's question for the previous week. I'm gonna use this as an example. So how's it gonna work? You're gonna have a question. So for example, after a high time frame POI, what is the next step of the strategy? That's an example. Okay, so you're gonna see what is the next step of the strategy, and then after you have time to read the question, I'm gonna show you the answers. So for example, I'm gonna put the answers. Okay, that's not the real giveaway, it's just an example. So you have the letters, you have F, B, P, O. There's gonna be always random letters, so you cannot pre-shot. You cannot write like A and hope for the best. Okay, you cannot pre-shot. So in this case, the right answer was waiting for a 15-minute break of structure. So the right answer was B. Okay, so you would write only the letter B in the chat. That's it. Be quick, because the 7 first people that I see that wrote the right answer will be placed their names in the wheel of names. So if you fast and you write the right answer, your name will be placed right here. This is previous week people who wrote the right answer. Then I'm gonna click on spin. It's gonna spin, and then the winner will go away with a free 6K challenge. So yeah, and by the way, you cannot pre-shot. Okay, you cannot pre-shot the answer, and you cannot write, for example, F and then say, oh no, the right answer is B. So you write F and then you write B. I'm always gonna consider only your first answer. If your first answer you wrote B and then you changed for F, it's fine, because you still wrote B first, but you cannot write F and then B. That doesn't count. I'm always gonna only consider your first answer, and that's it. Okay? And if you already won prop firm 6K prop firm account on For Traders on one of those giveaways, you cannot participate again. Okay, you cannot participate again. You already won. We're gonna leave other people chances to win too. And yeah, guys, so let's do the giveaway right now. So I'm gonna put this here, and I'm gonna put this here, so you're gonna be seeing yourself for a few minutes. And now I'm gonna be writing the question and showing it to you. So, what can I ask you guys? What can I ask you guys? Okay, guys, so we're 41 people, so we're gonna make a hard question. Okay, so it's gonna be a harder question, okay? So harder question. Okay, so this is the question. I'm gonna put the answers. It's a hard question, guys, by the way, because we're a lot of people, so we'll see who is actually listening to the live streams. Okay. Okay, guys. So let's see. Okay. Ready? Are you guys ready? So let me just really one. Okay. Perfect. Okay, perfect. So 1, 2, 3, and I show you guys the question. So after the 15-minute change of character, if we have an extreme POI entry that the risk to reward ratio is below 104 risk to reward ratio at take profit final, what do you do? Okay, so after the 15-minute change of character, if we have an extreme POI entry that the risk to reward ratio is below 104 at take profit final, what do you do? It's a hard question, I'm telling you guys. So let me show you the answers. H, you don't take the trade at all. So you don't have anything to do, you just don't take the trade. G, you take the trade because everything above 103 risk trade ratio is good enough. D, you wait for a 1 minute break of structure at the extreme POI. And G, you make your stop loss smaller to have a better risk trade ratio. So what is the right answer, guys? It's a hard question, so I'm telling you. We're gonna have a lot of different answers because I'm telling you, let's see who is actually listening to the live streams. Okay. Okay. Okay, guys. So I have people answering. By the way, if you delete your answer, that doesn't count. If you delete your answer, you're automatically disqualified. So when you put your answer, that's your final answer, like I said previously. Okay, guys. So pretty much a lot of people answered. So the right answer was letter D. It's this one, letter D. This is the right answer. So you wait for a 1 minute break of structure at the extreme POY. So when you have an POY at the most extreme one, the ratio is bad. There's two options. One, to refine the POY, but it was not of the options, so that's not here. Two, you can wait for a 1 minute break of structure at the extreme POY. So this was the answer right here. You cannot just make your stop loss smaller. Because it doesn't make sense. Like, the strategy is no longer respected. H, you don't take the trade at all. That's false. That's false because you still take the trade. You just wait for a 1 minute break. And you take the trade because everything above 103 is good enough. That's false. It needs to be above 104 for it to be good enough. So the right answer is D. 103 is your partials. It cannot be your take profit final. 103 is your partial level. It cannot be as well your take profit final. So no, it's false. It needs to be minimum 104. And if it's below 104, you wait for a 1 minute break or you refine. Okay. So right answer was D right here. You wait for a 1 minute break of structure at the extreme POY. So. Let's see everyone who got the right answer. So this was for the previous week. Okay. So guys, based on what I see, right letter is D. D. So no. This person got the right answer. This person got the right answer too. This person got the right answer too. This one as well. Then let me see if I missed anyone, but I don't think so. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops. Oi. I messed it up. Let me do it again. Bam. 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 Then no. This one got it right too. Okay. This person got it right too. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, perfect, guys. So wait, no, this one is not the right person. I'm sorry. This one, you got the right answer right here. Okay, perfect. So D, the answer is D, right? D. Okay, so let me just confirm. It's based on how I see it, guys. So you see it at the same time as me. So this is the first one. This person never answered before, so that's good. This person never answered before, that's good. This person never answered before. This person either. This person either. This person either. And this person right here either. Okay, perfect. Okay. So guys, let's see who will be the lucky winner. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And everything is good. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, go. Let's see who will win the account. Okay. So looks like Joshua, you are the winner. So congratulations. So this person right here is the winner. So yeah, just contact me on Instagram or Discord to claim your prize. So it's really easy. You just write my username on Instagram. It's as well in the description of the live stream, guys, if you want to send me a message. So you just go on Instagram, you write my username, you send me a message, and just send me a proof that this is your YouTube channel, like a dashboard screenshot or a video recording, and I'm gonna send you the promo code for having your 6K account for free. So yeah, guys, that's gonna be pretty much it for today. If you have any additional questions, don't hesitate to just send me a message on Instagram. If you want to join the community, you can always see as well on my Instagram, in my bio, you have everything to join the free community. Don't hesitate as well, guys. If you want to get a challenge on for traders, there is my affiliate code right here in the bottom that gives you 15% off extra. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Don't hesitate as well to subscribe to For Traders YouTube channel, and see you next week for another weekly outlook in here. So yeah, guys, thank you very much for joining. And